Okay, it's been about 36 hours since I was here last. I finally got a small break in the constant rain we've had, and it's a little late in the day. So today I'd like to close the gap between the two logs and nail them together with some of these 10-inch log spikes. Okay, so that end piece is nailed down. What I want to do now is run my chainsaw right here and kind of, get that bump, that one, kind of trim it off so this whole thing sits a little flatter on the bottom log. I just walked across the creek to grab this strap, and the creek level is about 2 or 3 inches higher than what it was 2 days ago because of all this rain. And it was right there. You can see the water line almost to the top of my waders. Getting quite windy. Just had a big gust roll through. It's kind of scary. All these dead trees hanging over the creek. Okay, so I just ran my chainsaw through here and then tightened the straps down. I mean, this was a gap all the way across, maybe slightly wider than that all the way. So there was a few knots in the tree that were holding it up. I cut those out and tightened the straps, and it tightened right up. It's almost touching each other, which is what I want. Okay, in order to get this spike in, I had to notch this log out, or else it wouldn't reach the bottom one. All right, before I put any more spikes, I'm gonna move the fat end of this log more on top of that other log. Right now it's kind of off to the side. I don't like that. Okay, again, I gotta notch this out, as you can see here. And then it'll reach all the way. Without that, without notching it, you can see it'll only go in maybe an inch, half an inch. That's not enough. It needs to go all the way through. Oh yeah. You see the spike going through it right there. Okay, weather's still good and it's still a little early. I think I'm gonna try to get this tree down. This spruce right here. It's a real tall one. I know it'll reach. Just trying to figure out how to fell it. It's leaning away from the creek right now, so that doesn't help me. But I don't know. I'll have to think about this. Okay, the easy part's done. I got it to the other bank. Now I'm gonna have to get the fat end of that up in this area. That'll be the hard part. Well, it's getting there. What I'm doing is I'm ratcheting until it feels tight. And I come over here and pull up on the strap, and it slides up the hill inch by inch. It's working. The other side is just gotten to the edge of the creek now. All right, it's happening. I got it up on the bank. Now I've got to swing that side over and then up and onto that log. It's almost there. All right, I got it on there. All right. calling it a day. That was a lot of work. Those high winds we had today finally broke this tree. Okay, another tree down. I'm gonna pull it up so it sits on top of this one. You've already seen the method. I don't need to film it again. Okay, this is how I have to do this one since I'm pulling it upstream. When I tighten one like that one, if I try to loosen it to tighten the rope up, the tree starts floating down the creek. So I put a second rope and a second come along. So I tighten one, I leave it, I loosen up the other, I tighten the rope up, I cinch that one, and I just repeat back and forth, one after the other. It's coming. Now that I got the tree most of the way out of the creek, I went ahead and limbed it. So we're almost there. I'd say we're about halfway to getting it in its place. It's taking quite a while. That's all right. All right, so I've been struggling to get the fat end of trees up and over this bank. So I just came up with this idea to have the strap lifted up for me. We'll see if it works. I'd say that worked out pretty good. Okay, I'm done with the long ones. Exhausting. Happy to be done with that. Now, 8, 9-foot logs all the way across, all the way up. There's a bunch of trees I can use for that. They don't have to be super long. Anywho, damn bugs. I'm tired. Gonna look something like this all the way up to that side. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, look at that. God, that was one tasty fish. Well, so I was cutting up some kindling for the fire this morning, just like I do every morning. And just got a little too close with the axe on my hand. Accidents happen. Right there. Okay, injury or no injury, the show must go on. Today I'm gonna cut down a bunch of dead trees, like for instance this one here, and this one here, and that one there, and one over there. There's a whole bunch around here. I'm gonna take it easy. I'll cut down a bunch of trees and limb them and cut them to length, but I'm not gonna nail them on today. I'll just stack them kind of in front of the bridge. We'll see how the hand feels tomorrow. Might nail them on tomorrow. But today I'll get them all in place. There's, I don't know, I can count probably 15 dead ones right here in this area. And so I won't have to carry them very far, and it's work that needs to get done, and it's not that hard on my hand. So like I said, show must go on. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, go fill up the small gas can, get some water. 23 logs I've counted so far. Back from break, I got 3 more trees down. I carry these logs over to the bridge site that way. Okay, for those of you who want to see an update on my hand, I'm going to show you. For those who don't want to see that, look away. Here's your warning. All right, it's safe to look again. I'm going to wrap that up and keep it clean. I love when the sun shines down straight onto the creek. You can see how clear it is. I think I'm gonna be all right. Let's go nail some logs on. All right, so here we are. So I doubt you could tell on the video, but right now, this side over here is lower in elevation than this side, just by, I don't know, a couple inches. And on the other side, it's the exact opposite. The right side is a little bit lower than the left side is. So obviously these logs, they're not perfectly straight. One side's a little bit bigger than the other. So on this close side that I'm starting on, I'll put the big side over here and the smaller side over there, right? And then when we get down to the other side, the big side of the log will be on that side and the small side will be over there. And that way it'll kind of even it out. I'm gonna save the big logs, big heavy ones, my largest ones here, I'll put on the ends where it's most strong, and slightly smaller, skinnier ones will go more in the middle where it's kind of the weakest. Also, I've been thinking about this bridge a lot, and I'm sure that adding all of this weight on top of these already kind of bouncy logs is going to make it even weaker than it is. So I came up with an idea that I'll have to do on my next trip. I'm going to run, let's see, how do I explain this? Okay, so you see those two trees that my bridge is in between. I don't really have two trees. I mean, I got this big cottonwood here, but it's a little far away from the bridge, and I got nothing on this side. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I didn't want to use concrete, so I might dig a log in, but I might have to use some concrete. I'm thinking about 1 and 2 concrete posts in the ground at the corners of the bridge here, and then run a cable from this corner to that corner underneath these logs, and then from that corner to that corner underneath the logs. And I'll be able to like tighten that cable up and kind of take some of the weight off the middle of the bridge. It's kind of what I'm thinking. You can let me know if that's not gonna work or something, but I think it might work. If you notice, I'm not putting any nails here. Obviously, is a gap. I'm not too worried about it right now. As we move down, it'll definitely touch the center, especially in the middle. It's actually gonna be a little high in the center. But I'll probably just put one nail on each of the outside ones for now, because I barely have enough nails. I just have enough nails to finish this bridge. If I just do the outside, I'm sure, and it'll be close. I don't have enough nails to do the center. So my next trip, I'll get some more and I'll do that while I do the cables. Okay, I just ran into a little issue besides the bugs, which are absolutely insane right now. So the average diameter, I should say, of my log is 5 inches. It ranges anywhere from 4 to 6, but mostly right around 5. So I'm taking that as my average. This is a 45-foot bridge right here. So I just did the math. That's 540 inches divided by 5. That's 108 logs if I put them right next to each other. That's way too many than what I have nails for. So if I space them out, if I put 5 inches between each log, then that'll give me whatever that number is, 54. And that I might be able to do. But I'm glad I caught that now before I kept going. So I might pull a couple of these, but I'll wait till the end if I need to. But from now on, I'm gonna put 5 inches of space roughly. I'll just use my hand as a width. And that shouldn't be too much of a gap. I mean, it's not a walking bridge, it's a driving bridge. So I don't think they need to be right next to each other. We'll give it a shot. It's the story of my life out here. All right, it's gonna look more like this now. These first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I put right next to each other. I think that's too much. That's too many logs. Definitely too many logs that I have spikes for. So we're gonna do it like this. So I just got 3 of them on there and in place. I could still walk on it. It's not the best walking bridge in the world, but then again, that's not what it's for. It's to drive Argos and snow machines on. And you can see now that these last 2 are touching the middle pretty much. So I'm not too worried about them not touching over there. We'll keep going. Hopefully we can get maybe to the center of the creek by the end of the day. All right, my toes are on the first log that I nailed. So you can see the difference between the first 6 and then the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the next 7. First 6 I'm standing on, and then the next 7. I think putting a little gap in between is the right choice. Okay, that was a lot of nails, but I got them all on for today. No more pile. I am gonna move, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move 3 of these and space them out, because they don't need to be right up against each other. But I'm about halfway on the creek, which is more than halfway on the bridge, since the bridge obviously comes 10 feet off the edge of the creek on this side, and it's right on the edge on that side. So I'm probably, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way done with the bridge. I'm gonna add kind of bumper rails all the way along the outsides, but only if I have enough spikes on this trip. If not, I'll do it next trip. But check it out. Pretty sweet. Well, the sun's gonna be setting soon. I think I'm gonna try to get another fish today, since all I have is a few freeze-dried meals left. Be nice to eat something fresh. But I didn't bring my tripod, so I can't set my camera up. Okay, no fish today. I had one bite and I had him all the way up against, I pulled him out of the water and then he got off the hook, went back in the water and swam away, and then he wouldn't bite. I got no bites after that, so freeze-dried meal tonight. Actually, I got some canned beans I'll probably eat too. That's all right. It's getting late and it's getting cold. I'm ready for a fire and some dinner. Try to finish that bridge tomorrow. That'd be sweet. Good morning. I had to change the spark plug and clean the filter in the chainsaw. I had trouble starting it this morning, but it started right up after that first pull. So feeling good about that. Nice sunny day, almost no clouds. It's a beautiful day to finish that bridge. Okay, I got 8 more logs from 3 trees, plus the 3 I want to take out from here will give me 11. I'll nail those onto place and we'll see how far we got. Well, I don't think I can get this nail out. I don't know what to do. It's in there pretty good. Last one. So close, and yet so far away. All right, enough playing around on that thing. I'm going to show you the area where I have to build the second bridge and continue on the trail. It's not going to happen this summer. Running out of time, running out of energy, and I already ran out of nails. So, but I will show you so you can see what I have planned for next time. It's basically, it's going to go somewhere in this direction. But I do know where the second bridge is going. So right there, you can barely see it because of the bushes, but that's where the creek splits. Goes around this island here that I'm standing in. And right over here, right over here, the creek gets real skinny. Let me show. This is one of the largest birch trees that I've seen. And it's actually right on this corner. So got nice high ground. It's about, I'd say 3, maybe 4 feet above the creek level. And then right over there, it's again 3 or 4 feet above the creek. From water, edge of water, I'm just gonna do a rough estimate of yards here, to the other edge of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoa, 5, 6, 7, 8, and another foot or 2 feet. So I'm estimating this to be about 25 or 26 feet from edge of water to edge of water, which is 10 feet less than that bridge I just built. And then I'll have to go up on the bank a little bit on this side, probably extend it up there maybe another 6 feet or so past the edge of the creek. This side, only maybe 2 feet. So we're looking at about a 30-foot bridge here instead of a 45-footer like I just built. So this one will be a lot easier, relatively, considering of all the work I just did. And then from there, I got to go about 250 yards, give or take, in that direction to meet up with the existing trail that's out here. So I have year-round access to my property. So that's next summer, including some other things up at the future cabin site, like pulling stumps and flattening out the ground and getting it ready for foundation. That's where the creek splits in two. The main channel goes that way out to where I built the bridge, and the bridge is right there. And then this side splits over and then turns and heads back down, and eventually they meet up again after maybe half a mile or so, or 3/4 of a mile. They meet up again. So this will be the spot for the second bridge, right through there. All right, so I'm gonna be out here for a few more days, even though I'm done with the bridge. I got a bunch of these trees here that I can get cleaned up back in June that I'd like to clean up. And you know, I'd like to do some more fishing too before I leave. Go up to the lake, paddle around on the kayak. Today's Sunday. It's the 15th day I've been out here this trip, and I'd like to make it till Thursday. That'd be nice. That'd give me some time to just kind of chill out, enjoy the place, and you know, I worked my butt off for the last 15 days. It'd be nice to enjoy it, you know what I mean? Anywho. is nice. Peaceful. I'm gonna paddle back all the way to camp. Right now I'm in the channel that connects the two lakes together. And I can paddle all the way back. I don't have to walk at all. So that's what I'm gonna do. What was that? Maybe I'll throw my line in right there. Ah, home sweet home.